Derek Van Vleck from Capital Collections is our next guest. How's it going, buddy?
Great. Good to
Tell
see
me
you.
about Capital Collections.
Capital Collections is a local collection agency. We're right here downtown. We've been around for about 19 years. I've been around since the inception of it. I've been the sales manager for about 17 years. We're a pretty broad-based collection agency. We help doctors, chiropractors, law firms, municipalities. We collect for the city of Clovis on their false alarm calls for service.
Oh, you do what?
We also do the same for the city of Fresno.
No. Do people call false alarms into the cops?
No, what that is if a homeowner or a business has an alarm system, okay, and the alarm system goes off and the police respond to it, and they find that it's not an actual break-in or something of that nature, maybe it's a faulty setting on the alarm itself, the first one they give for free, okay, that's both in Clovis and Fresno because we do it for both entities. After that...
That's huge of them.
Yes. After that, it becomes a public nuisance, okay? There is... it's just restitution of cost to respond. So if the alarm system keeps going off after they've notified the homeowner and they're continually going out there and
this is
there's
for
nothing,
homes.
Homeowners, businesses, everything of that nature.
One time I had a business and we had a big party for the day and we left. We locked up everything.
Mm-hmm.
Alarm goes off 3 different times during the night. I got to get up and go there and turn it off. It's a damn helium balloon floating around in there and catching the sensors.
We've had that happen where it's the fan that does that. Now, don't get me wrong here. If there's a justifiable reason, there's a broken glass, a true break-in, then there's no charge for that. They're just doing their civic duty.
All right, well, let's not get off track too much. That's just one part of your business.
Yes. We also help bail bond companies, collect the money that they're owed for bailing people out.
That's got to be a tough one.
It is, and usually the person with the asset is the indemnitor or the cosigner, and they're usually the ones that we pursue to get payment for the bail bond.
Not the person who's incarcerated, the
most
person
of the
who
time
got him out.
Pretty much.
That's horrible.
The person who was incarcerated about 90% of the time, it's not usually a viable asset with them. That's why they have cosigners or indemnitors.
I bet there's a lot of guys watching down in downtown Fresno right now going, "Shut up!" How long have you guys been in business?
Like I said, about 19 years. Wow. I've been affiliated with them from the start, and I've been the sales manager for 17 years.
How did you get into the collections business?
Actually, I started with the firm as a process server. I'm still their main process server, so I spread happiness and joy every day by serving people wage attachments, stuff of that nature after judgment's been issued. We're also affiliated with the largest tenant landlord firm in the valley, so we do anywhere from 80 to about 130 evictions a month.
Wow.
Yes.
You guys are busy, aren't you?
Absolutely.
When someone gets the collection notice, what's the best thing to do? Throw it in the garbage, hide it in a cupboard, or give them a call?
Well, give them a call. That's usually the best.
Don't hide, because you guys are pretty good. You'll find them.
And that's our job. We have a great team of collectors. They're more than willing to work with the individual to get payment on the debt, because when something comes to us, the individual has received either through a loan or some type of a contractual agreement, goods or services, something in which they benefited and then refused to pay. When it's come to us, a lot of times our clients have already called them, have already tried working out a payment schedule, and they just refuse to pay. So when it comes to us, yes, the best thing to do first thing is call us. See if you can get something worked out. And if you can't work something out, a lot of times it's dependent upon, assets that the people are gainfully employed, But if people just blow us off, our collectors, part of the process is they start asset investigation. We are one of the few firms around that we will advance our own fees to file litigation. So once we get that judgment to pursue that asset, the debtor ends up paying us back those fees too. So we're very aggressive in that nature, and if there's not a willingness to pay, we will try and find a way to compel them to pay.
Can people make payments to you?
Absolutely.
Can you work out and just say, "Hey, man, I don't have the whole thing"?
Absolutely, and we understand that, especially with this type of economy. You know, that people
because that's probably a lot of times that's the reason they're there anyways, because they can't pay the whole thing.
Exactly, and you know, some of our bigger clients are property management companies, and usually that results from either an eviction or maybe they've just midnight moved on them. You know, there's money still owed for cleaning and damages, sometimes rent. Well, there's usually a reason they're not paying rent. Sometimes it's because they've lost their job or some type of an action that happened in the family in which they don't have that asset at that time. So, yes, we're more than willing to work with these individuals just to get payment so our clients can get their money. And
let's talk about that, Derek. Let's talk about the other side, the companies that are out there. I mean, they're watching right now. It's getting larger and larger and larger, the debt owed. And it gets harder. You don't want to stop business to collect old debt.
It is, because what they are doing is if they're focusing on collecting old debt, they're looking at yesterday instead of today and tomorrow. That's our job, to go after that. That way they don't have any in-house expenses where they're paying their employees, you know, or HR or somebody in-house to spend their time to try and collect the old debt. Just because someone didn't pay you once doesn't mean they won't pay you again either. So
maybe sometimes it's better that you're not the one collecting, that you're letting you guys collect. You know?
Exactly.
It gets a little touchy sometimes.
It does, and sometimes there's miscommunications between the clients and the debtor, and it's not always an amicable situation. Now, how we make our money is once an account's been assigned to us, we make our money based upon a percentage of what we collect. So we don't charge our clients any upfront fees, any monthly maintenance fees, or letter service fees. We make our money by collecting their money. Now, on average, we advance about $50,000 a year to file litigation. Okay, that's money that comes out of our own pocket in hopes that we are going to collect it. It's not a risk to our client. But we were able to last year collect about $2.1 million for our clients. Yes.
Wow.
So that's helping them, you know, stay afloat.
So you get the judgment, and at that point the judgment comes to you, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Then you pay off the client if and when you do collect.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. And then all the fees get tacked onto that, and that goes to the initial debtor.
Yeah. Correct. Absolutely.
So it's a lot better idea to call when you first get it and solve it, because it can grow into even more money and more money.
It can, and a lot of people are just really in the process of ignoring these things. And it can get pretty, you know, the amounts can get up there pretty high. But again, it's not based upon something we're just making up out of thin air. They've received something, some type of a benefit, and just refuse to pay. We have to get our clients their money.
Well, you did your community service by telling people how to handle it, but also you companies out there, if you got a big debt rolling, you better call this guy. It sounds like you have the right amount of. Let me see, what should I say? You guys are going to go after that money, aren't you?
That's how we make our money.
All right. Derek Van Vleck from Capital Collections. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hey, who's ready for some live local music? Anybody? Steve Ono's here. Why don't you guys stick around? We'll be right back.